The first problem we're going to look at in week 3 using a calculator is the Sudoku permutation. And here's the problem, and I'm going to show you how to use the calculator. It says the objective of a 9x9 Sudoku number puzzle is to fill the grid so that each row, and I spelled that wrong, I'm so sorry, each column and each 3x3 grid contain the digits 1 to 9. How many different ways can the first row of a blank 9x9 Sudoku grid be filled? And there's 2 ways that you can do this with the calculator. Now, of course, there's the formula that you can use that's in the book, and it's easily done with the formula by hand if you prefer that method. But this is a quick, simple way to do it also. You're going to use the math key on your calculator, and I'll show you that in just a minute. You're going to go over to PRB, and you'll find 2 different options there. One of them is this exclamation point, which is factorial, and this particular problem can be done using factorial. You may also use the permutation key, and you may want to get in the habit of using that one, because the next problem I'm going to show you on the next video actually can only be done using the permutation part of the calculator. So some people like to use factorial. It's only used when you have one number, and so it's a 9x9 and there's only one number, which is 9, and so it would work with factorial. So you might want to get used to using the permutation key. Alright, so we're going to go over to the calculator now, and remember we got a 9x9 Sudoku puzzle, and those are the numbers we're going to be looking at. So I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to go to the calculator. Whoops, I don't want to do that. I want to minimize it. Alright, so here's my calculator over here. Let me see if I can drag it over in the center. Then it's better for you to look at it maybe. Here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the math key. Here's your math key. And it would help to turn it on first. And here's your math key. And I'm going to go over to PRB. And you see here, there's the permutation key. Here's factorial. So I'm going to go down to factorial. And I'm going to click enter here. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to clear it, and I'm going to put 9 first because that's the size of the puzzle. Then I'm going to do the math key over to PRB and down to factorial. I have a time operating the calculator because my mouse doesn't want to work sometimes, so it can be confusing. Alright, so now I'm ready to do this, and there's the answer right there. That's just how simple it is when you have one number you're looking at. Now what we're going to do is we know that we're going to do permutation, and it's a 9x9, so the number of entries that you're going to have is going to be 9, and I'm going to take them 9 at the time. So when you look at this formula, you're going to see a P and an R and an N, and I'm going to show you what those mean in just a minute. So here's what I'm going to have to do is I know it's going to start out, I'm going to have 9 of them, and so you have to put the first number in before you go into the calculator, into the PRB, and I'm going to do the permutation formula this time. And so here's the permutation formula. So I have 9 squares, and I'm taking them 9 numbers at the time. So I'm going to put 9 here because that's R. This 9 is N. This 9 is R, which tells me how many I take at the time. And you're going to see I get the same answer. So I could have worked that either way. It didn't matter. And there's your problem again.